Once upon a time, Monaco was not the sparkling, super-rich city you see today. In fact, back in the 1800s, this tiny country on the Mediterranean coast was almost broke. Things were not looking good. It was so poor that the royal family, the Grimaldis, didn't know how they were going to keep the country alive. The people there didn't have much money, and there weren't many jobs or businesses to help the economy grow. But everything changed when they came up with a big idea. They decided to build a casino. Not just any casino,
Oh,
but one of the most fancy and famous casinos in the world. It was called the Monte Carlo Casino. At first, it didn't attract many people. The roads to get there were bad, and rich tourists didn't want to travel far just to gamble. But then the royal family fixed the roads and built a nice train station to make it easier to visit. That's when things really started to change. As people began to visit the Monte Carlo Casino, money started flowing into Monaco. The casino became very popular with rich people from all over Europe. It was fancy, exciting, and full of glitz and glamour. Soon it became the heart of Monaco's economy. It brought in so much money that the country didn't need to charge its people income taxes anymore. That's right, no income tax. And this made Monaco even more attractive to the rich. This decision made Monaco a very special place. Imagine living in a place where you don't have to pay taxes on the money you earn. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, that's what Monaco became, a dreamland for billionaires and millionaires. Not only does it have no personal income tax, but businesses also enjoy very low taxes. That's why so many rich people started moving there. They wanted to keep more of their money and enjoy a luxurious lifestyle at the same time. Some of the richest people in the world now call Monaco home. Let's talk about a few of them. There's S.P. Hinduja, a billionaire businessman from India. Then there's James Ratcliffe, a British billionaire who made his fortune in chemicals. You'll also find Stefano Pessina, an Italian billionaire in the pharmacy industry, and David Namad, who's super rich thanks to art collecting. These billionaires didn't just move to Monaco for the sunshine. They wanted privacy, safety, and a place where their wealth could grow without being taxed heavily. These super-rich residents live in luxury every day. They drive expensive cars, eat at fancy restaurants, and attend exclusive events. Their social circles are tight, and only a few people are invited into their world. Monaco is known for being a place where the rich can live in peace without being bothered. It's like a private club for billionaires. And what do these billionaires buy with all their money? Real estate in Monaco, of course. But here's the crazy part. Property in Monaco is some of the most expensive in the entire world. People are paying huge amounts of money, sometimes tens of millions of dollars, for small apartments or luxury villas. That's because Monaco is so tiny. There's only so much land, and everyone wants a piece of it. Billionaires are willing to pay outrageous prices just to have a home there. Imagine spending $30 million on an apartment that's smaller than your school gym. But for the ultra-wealthy, it's worth it. Living in Monaco means living in one of the safest, cleanest, and most exclusive places on the planet. And with the beautiful sea views and warm weather, who can blame them? Life in Monaco isn't just about living in luxury apartments and enjoying low taxes. Behind closed doors, there is an even more secret world. This is the part most people never get to see. It's the world of billionaire parties. These are not your regular parties. They are the most private and exclusive events you can imagine. These parties happen in places that scream wealth and privacy. Some take place on giant yachts that look like floating castles. Others happen inside private villas that are hidden behind tall gates and guarded by security. There are also elite clubs in Monaco that are so exclusive, you can't even find their names online. No matter where they happen, one rule is always the same. No cameras allowed. That's right. You can't just walk into one of these parties and post about it on social media. People who get invited must agree to strict rules. There are security guards everywhere, and some parties even make guests go through metal detectors. Before entering, many guests are asked to leave their phones at the door. They sometimes have to sign something called an NDA, which stands for
seriously?
non-disclosure agreement. This means they promise not to talk about anything they see or hear at the party. So, who actually gets to go to these secret parties? The guest list is one of the most guarded parts of the whole event. You can't just buy a ticket. You have to be personally invited by someone already in the elite circle. Usually, it's other billionaires who choose who gets in. That's why these parties are filled with celebrities, royals, powerful business people, and sometimes even famous athletes. If you're not part of that world, you'll never even know the party happened. These aren't just quiet dinner parties either. They are huge, wild celebrations with themes that look like they came from a movie. One night, the party might be set up like an ancient Roman palace, with everyone dressed in togas. The next, it could be a futuristic space theme, with glowing floors and robots serving drinks. Every detail is planned to impress. And the entertainment? It's over the top. We're talking about live performances by Grammy-winning artists. Yes, the same singers you see performing at the biggest award shows. At these parties, they sing for just a few dozen guests. The food is made by chefs who have won Michelin stars, the highest award a chef can get. Everything from the lighting to the flowers to the drinks is perfect. Nothing is done halfway. There are also special shows during the party, like private fireworks or circus-like acts with acrobats flying through the air. Some parties even build whole mini-worlds inside villas, like turning a ballroom into a jungle or an underwater kingdom. These parties aren't just events, they're experiences. People talk about these parties in whispers. Nobody can confirm exactly what happens, but the stories that leak out are full of wonder and mystery. For those who live in Monaco's billionaire world, this is just another night of fun. For the rest of us, it sounds like something out of a movie. But in Monaco, it's very real, and it's just another part of life in the richest playground on earth. The secret billionaire parties in Monaco are not just fun, they are also big business. Every year, these private events bring in millions of dollars to the tiny country. The people who organize these events are paid very well, and so are the chefs, performers, decorators, and security teams. Fancy hotels book out their most expensive suites, and luxury brands like Rolex, Chanel, and Ferrari often sponsor the parties or give gifts to the guests. Private jet companies also make a lot of money flying billionaires in and out of Monaco. Many of these jets are rented just for a night or two, and the cost can be more than a house in some countries. Super yacht companies also benefit because many parties happen on these floating mansions. Everything from the napkins to the chandeliers is custom made, and all of it costs a lot of money. Even the local economy gets a boost. Florists, tailors, hairstylists, and limo drivers are all hired to help make the events perfect. This constant spending helps keep Monaco one of the richest places on earth, even though it's smaller than most cities. One thing that makes Monaco's billionaire scene so mysterious is how secret everything is. If you're lucky enough to get invited to one of these events, you can't just walk in. You have to show ID, sign legal documents called NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, and hand over your phone at the door. This is to make sure nobody takes pictures or videos. Security guards watch everything. There are cameras, but only for safety, not for fun. Even staff members are carefully picked and trained to keep quiet. If someone breaks the rules and leaks a photo or video, they can be sued for a lot of money. In some cases, they even lose their jobs forever. People in Monaco take privacy very seriously. The rich and powerful want to enjoy their lives without the whole world watching. That's why it's so rare to hear what really goes on at these parties. When something does get out, it causes a big shock. Even though Monaco looks perfect on the outside, there are secrets behind the glamour. Some billionaires have been caught in scandals that involve art fraud, like selling fake paintings for millions of dollars. Others have been part of royal family problems that the public doesn't usually hear about. Sometimes powerful people try to use their money to get special favors or influence important decisions. There have also been rumors of shady business deals being made at these parties. Because the guests include politicians, royalty, and top business leaders, some people worry that these private gatherings are used to make secret agreements. While most of this can't be proven, the idea that money and power can sometimes lead to corruption is something many people believe. Even in a place as beautiful as Monaco, not everything is perfect. There are whispers and stories, and sometimes the truth slips out, just enough to show that paradise has its shadows.